Okay, hello sir, this is Zhongyuan, which ID 1050742, and today I'm really happy to introduce you my PPT PowerPoint, which for the title of our subject, FNSICC 511, and during this PowerPoint, we are going to talking about the Fleetwood Corporation and the financial management report. And that's it. So if you are going through my PowerPoint, at the first slide you can see there is the table of the contents, and I divide my PowerPoint into 4 different parts, which is the part 1 introduction, part 2 internal and external environment, part 3 performance and financial analysis, and part 4 financial performance KPIs and advices. And also there are something I add on after the first submission, so there is supposed to be 2 more slides which talking about the tax management and the risk contingency management. So let's going to do this. The first part, introduction. During this part, we are going to talking about who is the FWC and when was it founded, where are they located, and what does they do. I want to do a really quick company overview here. So the full name of the WC is the Fleetwood Corporation Limited, and which is a local Australia listed company. It was founded in 1964 and listed on the Australia Stock Exchange in 1987. The company operates in Australia and New Zealand, and until today, they have totally more than 700 employees. And Philip Campbell is the chairman of this limited company. So next part is supposed to be the products and the service, and after checking the website, the Google, collect the information, there are 3 different parts in the Fleetwood Corporation Limited, which is the building solution, RV solution, and accommodation solutions. So Fleetwood Corporation Limited is a provider of the modular building solutions and recreational vehicle parts. The company primarily provides services to mining, government, and entertainment industries. So in the building solution, Fleetwood Australia leads the market in the modular constructions, and for the RV solutions, Fleetwood's RV solution business is comprised of the 2 companies, which is the Kamanic and the Northern RV. And for the accommodation solution, Fleetwood has designed, built, and continue to operate 2 major accommodation villages in the Western Australia. And next part, we are going to do the internal and external environment. During this part, we are going to analyze all of the relevant factors, which will going to do the impact for our company from the inside and the outside. So the first one is supposed to be the SWOT analysis, and the SWOT analysis is a really simple tool which will help us to do the analysis for the company from the internal, which from the inside, to analyze what is the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats for the company. So I'm not going to through all of the factors one by one. I will do some examples, like for the strengths of our company, which we have the sustainable cash balance, and we got high customer satisfactions because we are running for a lot of years, and the customer satisfaction pretty good. And like for the weakness because of we are under the coronavirus. When we're thinking about this situation, we under the situation, the caravan market continue to keep going down, and the sales of the caravan manufacturing industry related in large device, because we are going to shut down the caravan manufacturing industry, and that's lead to we need to cancel a lot of the relationship with the other company, and that's lead to a large number of the device. And like for the threat, the mainly threat should coming from the our competitors and opportunities. So Northern RV acquisitions reduce cost and caters to customer needs. And yeah, that's all. And when doing the pest analysis, we are going to analysis and any factors which doing the relevant to our company. And this time we are going to thinking about the factors from the outside, which is the external analysis. So there are 4 different parts included in the pest analysis, which is the P, political, E, economical, S, social, and T, technological. This is the 4 different parts. And for the social, the Australian lifestyle treat to be more relaxed and slower. So after the coronavirus, the people will prefer to go to travel to tourism, so that will help our caravan industry. And the high level of the education caters to the organizational needs for highly skilled employees, because for the future of the company, we need more and more employees which have the high level of the skilled. And for economical, like the high employment rate caused by the coronavirus, and the current industry continue to be in downturn. Yeah, something like this. And the last part for the last thing for the part 1 should be the legal requirements, and comply with the requirements of the following regular agency, the laws and regulations that organization need to comply with include like the GST, good and service tax, the payroll tax, the income tax, CGT, and pay as you go, such like this. And there are 4 normal regular agency we need to follow up, which is the ATO, ASB, ASIC, and RBI. And we are going to part 2. Part 2 is the performance and the financial analysis. In this part, we are going to talking about the summary of the trading results, cash flow and debit, summary of the result for each of the segment, and profitability, efficiency, and stability. First one, we are going to talking about the summary of the trading results by following the table which I put in the PowerPoint, where you could find out the sales plan will bring the organizational $12 million in revenue and $5 million in unsold assets, because we are going to shut down the current manufacturing industry. And that's it. That's one part. And in total, revenue from the continuing operating in the financial 19 reached $350 million, and which increased of the 18% compared with the financial year 18. And cash flow and debit. So I also put one of the table here, and the table was coming from the Fleetwood annual report, financial report. So here is few highlights here, like the cash flow of the financial year 19 was the $31.9 million, which was ahead of the financial year 18 cash flow of the $17.9 million. And the organization's current total grant needs and device was the $65 million, and which is a significant increase from the $37 million in the financial year 18. And the next part, we are going to talking about the financial analysis, and there is three different part included, like the profitability, efficiency, and stability. So I put all of the figure in the PowerPoint by three different tables, like the what is the formula to calculate the RTA, what's the formula to calculate the CFRR for the debit redo. I put the formula here, and I also put the information about like we need to talk, for example, we need to calculate the RTA. And RTA, the formula should be income before interest and tax divided by total assets. So where should we find this kind of data for calculate all the figure? The data exceed in the balance sheets and the financial position. So something like this, that's a quick example. You can check all of the information in the PowerPoint, the figures, the blah blah, everything, the data. And next, we are going to talking about the financial performance KPIs and advices. In this part, we are going to talking about the financial performance KPIs, long-term finances, short-term finances, and do we need that? Why we need that? Stuff like this. So first part is the KPIs, financial performance KPIs. I put the table here, and all of the relevant data information was coming from my calculation for last few slides, included like the RTA, CFRR, debit revenue, and net profit and sales revenues. And through the analysis of the following table, it can be concluded that organizational increased sales through the two successful acquisitions in financial 19, which we are buying in the Northern area and the BIS. That's two different parts. So we are going to talking about the long-term finance and the short-term finance. So when we're doing these two parts, I'm going to talk like two different questions. So what is the long-term finance? What is the short-term finance? And does our company need the long-term finance? If so, why? And if not, also give the reason. And also the same for the short term. So long-term finance can be understood as a financial instrument which maturity of more than 1 year, which includes bank loans, bonds, leases, and other forms of the debt financing. So advantages of the long-term finance was longer term benefits and lower risks, because when we're doing the long-term finance, we can have a partner, and the partner will share the risk for us, so that will reduce our risk. And for our company, I think Fleetwood company needs the long-term finance, which in the design and operation and construction of the accommodating village, because we are going to working with the government. Government will as our partner, so government is stable, and if we going to work with them, and we can the government will help us to share the risk, and we still got the same profit. So that's why I think we need long-term finance for our company. And the short-term finance can be defined as the need for financing in short period of the time, which majority of the less than 1 year. And sorry about that. The forms of the short-term finance are usually credit lines, online installment loans, and secured loans. And after I analyzed the financial report for the Fleetwood, I think our company currently we don't need the short-term finance, because short-term finance, that means we can get the money quicker, we can get the money spend less time, but the risk will keep goes up. So our current situation of the Fleetwood Australia Limited Corporation Limited, the company does not need to short-term financing for the period of the time, because the accommodation village project continue to be profitable, and